Y'all told them to do the walk around?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
ready?
you.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ready to introduce our gentlemen competing in the 7.5K Open Water Championships for the juniors. Swimmer number 120 out of Team Santa Monica, Sebastian Alcock. Number 125 out of Tucson Ford Dealers, Riley Babson. Number 128 out of Parkland Aquatic Club, Daniel Berlitz. Number 132 out of Scottsdale, Ellis Bowen. 133 out of Plymouth White Marsh Aquatics, Matthew Bonnell. Number 137 out of Mission Viejo, Noah Brune. Number 139 out of New Wave, Jared Carter. Number 142 out of Scottsdale, Stephen Cooley. 145 out of Dart Swimming, Connor Daniels. Number 150 out of Somerset Valley YMCA, Matthew Fallon. 152 out of Fishers Area, Aaron Frollo. 153 out of Sandpipers, Caleb Gould. 156 out of Sandpipers, Dylan Gravely. 157 representing Sandpipers, Sawyer Grimes. 159 swimming unattached, Drew Harris. 160 representing Bellevue, Jacob Hedrick. 161 representing Hillsborough, Ethan Heasley. 165 representing the TAC Titans, Connor Hughes. 169 representing Montrose Marlins, Ryan King. 171 representing Mission Viejo, Hunter Kroll. 172 representing Billings Aquatic Club, Jack Luthold. 173 representing North Carolina Aquatic Club, Kenneth Lloyd. 178 representing Black Hawk area, Dylan Moffitt. 180 representing Tiger Aquatics, Mason Nybor. 181 representing Tucson Ford Dealers, Scott Pekarski. 184 representing Episcopal Academy, Ivan Paskovich. 186 representing Madison Aquatic Club, Benjamin Ramiger. 187 representing Tucson Ford Dealers, Aiden Reagan. 191 representing Rockville Montgomery, Jacob Rosner. 195 representing Santa Maria, Blake Simpson. 196 representing Pacific Swim, Alexander Smeagol. 199 representing Swim Florida, Ryan Staunch. 202 representing Egg Harbor, Joseph Tepper. 204 out of Billings Aquatic Club, Peter Thompson. 205 representing Hillsborough, Luke Thornbrew. 206 out of Greater Pensacola Aquatic Club, James Tracy. Number 207 representing United Swim Association, Brady Van. Number 209 representing Rockville Montgomery, Ryan Vivovets. 210 Rockville Montgomery, Nathan Watts. And our final gentleman, number 212 out of Riverside Aquatics Association, Jude Williams. There they are, the gentlemen competing in the 7.5K Open Water Championship for the juniors. Okay, ladies, here we go. Swimmer number 5, representing South Bay, Julissa Arzave. Number 10, representing Fishers Area, Morgan Booth. Number 11, representing Phoenix Swimming, Carolina Breiter. Number 15, representing Scottsdale, Kara Church. Number 16, Rockville Montgomery, Shelby Cleo. Number 22, representing the Bowl School Sharks, Leah DeGeorge. Number 27, representing Memphis Tiger, Catherine Epperson. Number 28, representing Boise YMCA, Maggie Irwin. Number 31, representing Texas Ford, Ashlyn Fiorilli. Number 32, representing Sandpipers, Chloe Freeman. Number 35, representing Westchester, Emily Jertson. Number 37, representing Sandpipers, Victoria Gutierrez. 38, representing New Wave, Kenna Haney. 40, representing Sandpipers, Reese Hazan. 41, swimming unattached, Faith Hefner. 44, representing Fishers area, Abigail Johns. 45, representing Fast, Annika Johnson. 48, representing Radnor Aquatic Club, Anna Kalandazi. 52, representing Boise YMCA, Maya Knutson. 59, representing Greater Pensacola, Michaela Ludwig. 64, representing Wheeling YMCA, Maggie Marodi. 70, representing Sierra Marlins, Emma Meal. 74, representing TAC Titans, Sydney Morgan. 75, representing Donner Swim Club, Olivia Morlock. 81, representing NRG Swimming, Ariana Petrovia. 83, representing Razorback Aquatic Club, Haley Pike. 85, representing Irish Aquatics, Mary Pruitt. 86, representing Northern Kentucky, Selena Reel. 89, representing Fastlane Aquatics, Paulina Rukasu. Number 90, representing Club Olympia, Rachel Sabatin. 92, representing Fast, Nicole Saladin. Number 99, representing Weymouth Club Waves, Lee Spicer. 106, representing Suburban Seahawks, Amy Townsend. 108, representing Nation's Capital, Chase Travis. 110, for Bellevue Club Swim Team, Natalie Waldman. Number 113, representing Parkland Aquatic Club, Annie Walls. And our final swimmer, representing Riverside Aquatics Association, number 114, Liberty Williams. Guys are located on the ramp here, getting ready to stage here for the 7.5K Junior Open Water Championship. A new distance here at this year's Open Water National Weekend. I want to take a moment to say thank you to the venue staff and the folks from the city of Tempe. Whoever locally has helped out, we really appreciate your efforts. All those folks you see on jet skis, paddle boards, and so on. A big thank you to those folks. Also, I believe we have some law enforcement folks down there under the bridge, keeping an eye on the river traffic for us. Appreciate you guys being here. Ladies as well. And the guys are going to make their way down the ramp. Let them hear you. So the guys are making their way out here. And we'll look for an update from Mike Lewis. Mike, if you're out there, we can hear you.
Okay, Sam. Okay, there it is. Start 7.5 kilometers. If one is white, we're supposed to 7.5. Okay, can you hear this? Nothing. Okay, there's the ambient mic on. It's on. Yes, I'm good. Everything's on. This is okay. So here we go. We're off. We'll start with 7.5 kilometers. As we talked about in the 10K event, really important to kind of set the place, set the pace. For some of these swimmers, it may be the first time in this business. We're going to do our best to get spotted for you right now. We're wide back. But we'll keep you posted as we're able to see things unfold here with our leaders.
Once again, we're going to try and get an update from Mike in just a moment.
I'm on that mic right now. Let me know if you're hearing me. Testing it out right now on both. Let me know if this is working. Am I coming through? Testing on the camera mic. Good on the camera mic, right? Okay, that's where we go. Okay, 7.5 kilometers this race. This race will be selecting the junior world team for open water. 7.5 kilometers is the junior world distance established by FINA. Top two in this race will be advancing to that event in Fiji. So not only is it going to be an exciting event, it's going to be a beautiful location. Right now our leader is Joseph Temper, Egg Harbor Seahawks. He's out to an early lead. Real light kick, as we noted in the 10K, and as was mentioned during the interviews, you know, conservation is the name of the game, and so much of that comes from experience. So it's great for all of these younger swimmers, these 70-year-olds, to get the experience in these races. And obviously, the more experience you get, the more accustomed you're going to get to pace competitors. So many variables at play here in the open water race. You know, what is the field like? Who are the people you're competing against? What are their tendencies? What kind of race strategies do they usually exhibit? Also, know yourself. What can you handle? How far of a lead are you able to feel comfortable with if you decide that you want to take one of those middle of the pack with you?
And note that the ladies moving out now on their 5K.
Cut off that sharp, acute turn at the top. Excuse me, we're going laps of this course, 5 laps around. Our leader is still Joseph Tepper. Tepper looking strong and smooth, real beautiful, smooth, easy stroke. One of the challenges Tepper's going to have, though, is he's got to take care of the siding. We've talked about
Sandy Drake to the PA station, please.
Points of reference. Knowing that if you're 15, 20 meters out of that wall, you're every time you lift your head, it's better to also drop the hips, so you lose some of that ideal body position. So we got to best design and body position. But right now it's Tepper out front with lead in the second position. We're going to try to get a spot here.
Chuck Lundy, we're looking for you, please. Chuck Lundy, we're looking for you. Hey, Chuck, we need your camera. Come this way. Thank you.
Experience for them. So two things going on here. Not only strong racing, but there's the development of experience. And that's one of the keys to open water swimming. It's keys to swimming, of course, but in open water, it's super important to understand because there's so much variability race to race. It's not like a 50 or 100 freestyle where you sort of have a finite level of possibilities with regard to race strategies. Here, the dynamics change based upon the conditions of the course, the dynamics of the pack itself, many things at play. Right now, it's still Tepper in front, Puskovich second. We think it's Noah Brune right now, but again, difficult to see here. Hard for us to get a read on the numbers at this stage.
men's 7.5K. They're moving their way down, moving towards the east side of this course, about 100 meters away from their first buoy turn. Right now we have a three-way tie for first with Leah George, Ashlyn Fiorli, and Chase Travis. Chase Travis just qualified for the national team on Friday with their 10K performance. Former junior team athlete last year, so really progressing well through open water. So the three girls are now neck and neck going into this first turn on the east side of the course.
Okay. Ready, Chuck? I'm going to be on the shot. Okay, folks, we want to take a moment. We did have a mistake in the results of our top 8 for the women's 5K national championship this morning. And so if you look right down here in the PA tent, turn around and be ready to give me some applause. Our 8th place finisher was actually an 18 and under out of Fullerton. Her time 1:00:00.40, Catherine Saladin. And Sandy Drake is going to give her a private award ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine Saladin, Fullerton. Sorry we missed you there. They just had a timing error, but we got that corrected. There she is. Give her a big round of applause. Everybody in the venue, let her hear you. Great job.
So again, our pack really hasn't established a clean line here. We've got the sort of 3 rough lines that have developed. Tepper on top. It's got a slight lead just straight across, but we'll see as we get closer to this far buoy, where obviously he's going to see these 2 packs converge. It is actually starting to close up a little bit right now. That kind of speaks a little bit to what we've talked about in terms of experience, coming out on the course, using some other points of reference. That's one of the things you can do. Like right now, if I look down on the course, there's a couple of areas on the bridge that could be used, that even though the tetrahedral buoys, they look big when you swim next to them, but when you're a kilometer down the course or 500 meters down the course, they're not as easy to see, particularly when there's chop or glare. We have a little bit of chop coming down the course right now in this direction, but not bad. Get a little bit of advantage coming down this side in terms of having the wind at your back. That could pick up a little bit. We noticed that yesterday in the 5K. Ryan Bypavitz has now sort of established himself as the leader. He's going to have to kind of move up course and close, but they're all moving over now. They're kind of finding that position. Kenneth Lloyd in the 3rd position right now. Tepper in the 2nd position up top. Bypavitz in the lead, but again, he's having to kind of do a course adjustment right now. Five total laps, really kind of looking out there to sort of see what kind of legs are being employed at this stage of the game. And Tepper right now really has hardly brought in any kick. The rest of the pack seems to bring in a little bit more kick than we see with some of the more senior national swimmers. again, functions of experience. It's just simply a matter of time as you learn how this race plays out and what conservation strategies work for each individual. Vipavits, however, with the lead, Vipavits with a 3-body lead as we come in close for this first turn. Lloyd and Tepper are 2-3. Four is Luke Thornbrew. So, and in the 5th position is Paskovich. Vipavits now with the lead. Kind of stretching it out a little bit more as he comes down this back stretch. Staying with him in the 2nd position. Lloyd in the 2nd position. Again, this group taking these turns kind of wide right now. Now anything...
Okay, we're going to head out to Bryce on the women's boat and get an update here momentarily.
Yeah, so the women just passed the halfway mark on the way back, moving towards the west side of the course. Chase Travis really opened this thing open. Pulled ahead, has a lead over Leah DeGeorge. Also, Julissa Arzev in 3rd place. This thing got really strung out right after that buoy turn on the east side of the course.
So, folks, now's a great time to look across and see the ladies in action. As the guys are now going to make that turn and complete circuit number 1 of 5. The ladies are halfway through circuit 1. And as Bryce described, that lead opened up in a hurry.
That was a big function that took place during the 10K event, both men and women. Again, there's also that strategy of where is the coach or manager on that feed station. There's advantages on being on both sides. If you're in the lead and you can get a quick early feed, boom, that's where you want to be. Obviously, the best scenario is lead swimmer with the farthest out stick, because then that person is not going to slow. Everybody will slow behind them. So feeding positions on the dock are also a significant part of the strategy. But as we come in right now, it's Valpavits is in this lead position, Lloyd in the 2nd position. Thornburg in the 3rd position.
Folks, now's a great time to come on down the shoreline and help these guys out. Now into circuit number 2 of 5.
Okay, sticks are really hard to see. You know, they try to do everything they can. Valpavits skips the 1st feed. It's going to use as an opportunity perhaps to open up a little bit more on the rest of the field right behind him. Lloyd Thornbrew stays in that second position. So Noah Bruin's now worked into the third position. Yeah, so again, one of the things they've got to be aware of is this little intermediate buoy is a little on the inside, so they kind of bow in to stay close to that. But it's actually right now, the swimmers who are closest to the wall have a little bit cleaner line as we head on down to this final buoy. So Vipavitz has kind of moved on the inside a little bit. He's having to clean up his line right now, so he's kind of moving back over. Thornbrew's in the second position, but has at this point one of the cleaner lines. Noah Bruin right behind him.
Okay, we'll take it out to the women's course and get an update from Bryce off the lead boat.
Update from the women's race here. We're just now approaching the east side of the course, coming through. Chase Travis gave up the lead a little bit to Leah DeGeorge, and they have a sizable gap on the third and fourth place swimmers right now. So they're looking at this feed station right now, figuring out if they're going to come in, see if they want to go and get their feed from their coach, or if they're going to move towards the outside of the course and skip it. Some of the athletes in this situation will feed, get their feeds done early, while others will get their feed done a little bit later in the event.
So we're coming into the first of the far two turn buoys. Vipavitz, he does have is now kind of cleaned up line, maintains his lead in the second position. Thornbrew in that second position, hard for us to spot right now. Sawyer Grimes actually in that third position, Sandpiper. Puskovitz in fourth position. Tepper in 5, Brew at 6. It's really kind of getting to where all these guys in the 4, 5, 6 position are just kind of straight across right now.
Folks, now's a great time to come on down the shore here and give them a holler as the ladies move past. That's Leah DeGeorge of the Bull School Sharks right in front of us. Body length lead there.
But keep an eye on as you go through the turns. You really want to have kind of keep that turn advantage. And push. You can make clean move around each of the buoys. But when you're 3 or 4 across, it can get a little bit challenging. About in the lead.
So open up, I'm climbing in. So take it easy.
Okay, again, heading down the back side of the course. This is where sort of having those real big on the horizon type of reference points that you can set for yourself, because we're seeing the same thing happen again. Right now, Valpravitz has kind of moved a little high on the course, separated himself out. One of the challenges we're seeing is we've got these intermediate buoys, and they're a little bit inside, but they're really gearing for the yellow buoys at each corner. Not quite the spread we had on the first lap, so clearly they're picking up a little experience as they go through this backside. Now taking over the lead, Thornbrook, number 205.
Alright, an update from the women's race, just passing through the feed station. So Leah George just retains the lead still. She came in, got a great feed, probably took down the full 12, 16 ounces of that feed. Coaches really try to encourage their athletes to come in. If they're going to come in, take themselves out of the pack and feed to get that full feed, not just get a couple sips. So Leah really got a great feed. Chase came in as well, got some instructions from her coach, Bruce Gimmel, and the two of them are continuing to swim together. These women are taking a more outside approach for this course, using the wall that's out here to kind of block some of that wind that's blowing that we have, even though the conditions are pretty calm. So still Leah George and Chase Travis in first and second, and then Liberty Williams is in third in that trail group, and there's about a 5-meter gap between the second swimmer, Chase Travis, and Leah George, the third swimmer.
Actually starting to separate out even a bit more. And this is the one of the things we're looking for, because that's going to be a very big telltale sign in who has the potential to put on a final burst of speed. And of course, where will they choose to execute it? We saw Wilimowski in about the last 12 to 1,000 meters really put on a push, and then he just sort of walked away in the senior 10K. In his case, it was a function of really kind of residing back in the, almost like in the 30th position for a lot of the race for the first 6 kilometers. Hardly using his legs, really easy on his arms. But that's the exciting part about these swimmers here, is they're getting these opportunities to learn about the multifaceted dynamics of a race like this. Everything from picking the best side of line to how much to exert, when to break, how to work with the pack. All those things that come with experience. Thornbrew, Puskovitz, and Tepper now in the 1, 2, 3. Vipavits is still in there right now as well. Vipavits, who is leading at this point on the first lap, kind of slid into the 4th position. Puskovich now in the 2nd position. He also has a lot of those indicators that you see with more of the veteran swimmers. You know, smooth, relaxed up top, not much legs. Definitely at the stage of the race where we're going to kind of start to see some of this stuff play out. We're deep in, probably at about 2 kilometers. So it's gone beyond what these swimmers' experience will see when they're racing in a pool, either in a 1650 short course yards or 1500 long course event. And that's where, of course, everything separates. It's like, okay, these are 2 different swimmers. You know, good, strong pool distance swimming is obviously where you're going to learn to start in open water. But then you move it into the venue and it becomes a whole different ball game. So right now out in front is Thornburg, Puskovich, and Tepper.
Another update from the women's field. They just passed the buoys on the east side of the course on lap 2. Leah George still holds the lead, followed by Chase Travis and Liberty Williams in 3rd. Update on the 4th place position is Haley Pike from Razorback Aquatics has moved into the 4th place position. Haley Pike was a member of the 2016 World Junior team that traveled to the Netherlands and swam. It's a pretty cool water out there. So we know she's tough enough to make a move here and could keep things interesting, but Liberty Williams is still holding the lead, and Chase Travis maybe is strategically sitting right on her feet, letting Liberty do all the sighting, and so Chase can just keep her head down, not have to do the sighting, and just kind of ride off of her draft for the time being.
Work with me, name together.
I'll drink all the time, 'cause we're lovers, and that is a fact. Yes, we're lovers, and that is that. Will keep us together.
So we've seen this pack start to develop here out front. They have a little bit of their own dynamic taking place, and that's another thing to keep an eye on when you're watching open water swimming is the dynamics of the pack. And as you watch that separation between these first 8 swimmers, that's exactly what's taking place. They're kind of feeding off each other. They're just kind of pushing it, much like what you see in road cycling. So up in front right now, Thornbrew is our leader. In the second position, it looks like Noah Bruin, Michvio Nadworth has kind of come in to this spot. Puskovich in the second position, Tepper's in there. Sawyer Grimes, Caleb Gould, Dylan Gravely, and Hazley's in there as well. So again, kind of seeing that pack dynamic take place, but right now Thornbrew up in front has sort of even separated himself away from this initial breakaway pack. Now this chase pack also working really well, not far off at all, still plenty of time to kind of reintegrate with this lead pack. There's only about 5-meter difference between the two. Watch carefully here as we come into this next feed station. Did see some people skip out the first round. Not likely to see that on the second round. Thornbrew in the black cap with the blue lettering in the lead. Second position, Noah Bruin. Michvio Nadworth, the yellow cap with the blue lettering. So one of the keys you're going to see right here is taking a quick feed, and of course, where's your position? Got to stay calm, relax, not only take your feed, but not get too addled moving through any of the contact that may be going on right here.
So the guys work their way through the feed station now. And the field is definitely spread out here as they're right in front of us along the PA station. Come on down and give them a wave and give them some energy.
Seeing that same thing happen that we saw in the first 2 laps right here. You know, it's to the swimmer's advantage to stay close to the wall right here. The way the buoys are set at the far end of the course, hugging the wall right here is going to be your best line. But we've seen groups just kind of move out right now. And Tepper right now has a really clean line, and he's reintegrated himself with the group, and we'll see how this plays out, because right now Thornbrew is a little bit off course, but now he's actually kind of turning back in.
The women are just making their turn on the buoys on the west side of the course on lap number 2. Chase Travis is taking a lead now over Leah DeGeorge, followed by Liberty Williams, Haley Pike, Chloe Freeman has moved in as well to the top 5. Conditions right now, if the wind has calmed down significantly from the men's race earlier, and crystal clear water temperatures, at least on this side of the course. And Chase Travis extending this lead now, really stretching things out as she makes her way to this buoy number 4.
No Brune and Tepper and sort of right behind him. We'll see these two lines converge as we get closer down here. We're about 100 meters off of the first far turn buoy down here. So impressive to see the fact that we've still got a pretty solid group of swimmers. So for a lot of these guys, it's one of their first or early, maybe even their first open water swims. Not to say, again, if this is somebody's first swim, the qualification standards to get here were really, really challenging. And I want to make it really clear whether we're talking about the front or we're talking about the back of the pack. Everybody who got in on this mix has certainly shown that they have the chops to compete at this level, and this is a really good sign for the future of USA Swimming Open Water. Right now, Thornbrew with the lead. Puskovich in that second position, right on his hip. Tepper and Brune also in there. Up at the top is Grimes, and behind him, Gravely. And to Caleb Gould. So we've got a nice little pack that's developed behind. But as you see right now, we're kind of about 6 across. And kind of got this group that's kind of bunched together. Noah Brune's going to have a turn advantage as he comes in here. So he's going to have the inside advantage. If he can kind of hold his position as he comes out here, he could come around and have just a little bit of a lead. But see a 4 or 5 across come through the turn.
So here come the ladies again as they've completed 2 laps on the course. Now moving out on circuit number 3. So that's Chase Travis in first. And behind her, that's DeGeorge of the Bull School Sharks. Thanks, Bryce.
Five across now. They're going to have the same. Kind of wrapped up there in the buoy. Tepper now has kind of come out clean in front. Puskovich in that second position. The Tepper holds that lead out in front. Puck in the second position. And then we're looking at straight across right now. It's going to be Grimes, Brune, Thornbrew, Easley. Yeah, Tepper looking nice and smooth out there, light on the legs. Puskovich in the second position, same kind of dynamic. Actually, this whole group right through here, looking real smooth. He's got kind of sort of settled into a little something right now. As we get close to just about the halfway mark, we got a little bit more. Coming up to 2.5 laps of 5 laps. So we're about at the 3-kilometer mark of the race.
We need Courtney Warren, our race director. Courtney Warren, race director, to the PA tent, please. So as you heard Mike Lewis state that the guys are just about halfway through their 7.5 kilometers, and the ladies are just behind them as well. Currently on loop 3 of 5 total to make up the 7.5K distance.
So without a doubt, these guys have learned a lot coming up this backstretch. Line is a lot cleaner now than it was on the first 2 times through here. On this third lap, they're making a much cleaner line as we move down the backstretch. Tepper's kind of slowing up a little bit, kind of looking around to him. He's typically a left side breather, start breathing to right, kind of wanted to see where the rest of the pack was. He's kind of back on rhythm. Puskovich in that second position.
The women have just passed the buoys on the east side of the course, about the halfway mark of the 7.5K. Chase Travis still continues to control the lead now, has actually extended her lead on Leah DeGeorge, has about a 5 to 10 meter lead on Leah DeGeorge. Then behind her we have Liberty Williams about 15 meters behind, followed by Chloe Freeman, and then Julissa Arzave and Haley Pike to round out the top 6. Chase Travis still really in control, keeping that head down, not siding a lot, just going through this course. She's really settled into her stroke rate. It's nice and comfortable moving forward, and she is passing this buoy turn number 2 on this third lap.
Thanks to Bryce for that update from the women's boat. Mike Lewis is out there with the men. He'll give us an update shortly.
Okay, Tepper holding the lead. Puskovich making a little bit of a move at this point. Again, they had settled into a pretty good line, and now they look like they're moving a little bit to the outside. So Puskovich could actually have a cleaner line. Yeah, Tepper's moving a little bit high on the course. Obviously, everything converges as we get closer to the turn. But these are those little micro adjustments that can have a big effect once you get towards the end. As we saw at several points here over the weekend, that this can really come down to photo finish. It's really going back and doing the video review and seeing exactly what it is. But Puskovich now is kind of, with a little cleaner line, has moved up right next to Tepper. Grimes behind him, Noah Brun in the 4th position. Thornborough in the 5th position. Caleb Gould in the 6th position right now. We start to see a little bit of differentiation with some of these same leaders at this stage on the last lap. We're going to see if that happens again. The pack definitely has spread out, so the dynamic of the chase pack, it doesn't have that same energy that it did at this point in the race last go around. So kind of watch carefully as we move through this 3rd lap and prepare for the final 2. Again, feeding strategies are going to come in to play. This may be the final feed that some of the swimmers decide to take before sort of putting it down and moving through the feed station. Popovich rolls over on his back, Puskovich that is, rolls over on his back. Again, he's already shown that, hey, I don't really want to own this lead position. There's just no point in this for him right now. And it seems like he has the potential to kind of own where he could go with this. And so I'm inclined to really keep a close eye on him as we move through this race, because he's kind of showing some of the indicators that he has a lot left to give if need be. But right now, with the buoy advantage coming in right now, is going to be Grimes from Sandpiper, number 157. Yeah, and they're actually all kind of doing it right now. This lead group, they're kind of all backing off a little bit coming around this turn, and unfortunately that was hard for some of them, but everybody got through cleanly. But now we're running 4 across, 5 across. Brun trying to find his position with these leaders. Thornborough right now, number 180, kind of sliding up. Oh, excuse me, that's not correct. We're going to get a Mason Ibor has kind of slid in right here. Mason, one closest, if you're watching on the webcast, closest to the boat, close to the bottom of your screen. Thornborough now has taken over. Nice, smooth, easy front-loaded freestyle there, really gliding out into that catch. And he may be coming up on a point where he just wants to establish a clean position going into the feed. That's definitely part of the thought process at this stage.
Update from the women's race. Chase Travis is continuing to extend her lead over DeGeorge right now, and DeGeorge has really extended a lead over the girls in the 3rd, 4th spot. So we just passed the halfway mark on the way back of lap 3. Chase Travis in her white cap, really extending the lead. controlled stroke grade as she approaches that buoy on the far west side of the course.
And the guys are now making their way down the shore here. So come on down and give them some energy. Help them out. We'll hand it back over to Mike Lewis.
Thornbrew and Nienberg as we come here in front of the announcers toward the feed station. Thornbrew with the lead position, Nienberg in the second position, Noah Bruin in the third position. Kind of keep an eye what's happening right now and see if there's any strategy at play, who's going to make a move in. This could potentially be the last feed they take. We've got 2 more laps to go.
So Mike Lewis, you've had a chance to watch the race here. This looks pretty relaxed out front. How would you classify that tempo at this stage of the race?
Yeah, it's definitely pretty relaxed, nice and smooth. These guys have kind of settled into where they're at. They've got a little better navigators who've gone through this. Nybor just skipped through the feed right there. And of course that gave him the lead. Thornbrew is behind him and Nora Bruin in that third position. So we'll start to see now if there's any movement that takes place, but it remains a pretty impressive lead group here from front to back. You know, we've got, looks like about 10 swimmers out there in this lead group. Once again, saying the same thing happened right here again. They're coming a little too far off the wall at this stage because they're gonna have to kind of bow back in once we get down to this far turn. We'll see how they correct here. Nybor has a pretty clean line. Thornbrew close us a little bit off of it. Little hard to see up until about right now. They'll be able to kind of reorient themselves to that far turn buoy. Quick through on the first 5K, under an hour in that first 5K in the 56, 57 minute range. Thornbrew maintaining his lead, kind of now better on a much cleaner line. It's kind of opened up a little bit, yet staying super relaxed. Again, really nice strokes, super smooth, easy, front loaded, just gentle, light on the legs, holding water really good early in each stroke. So nice conservation of energy on his part. Hasn't really overextended himself with his sighting. Seems like he's pointing pretty good reference on each wall. Just a little bit of a challenge coming in off this far turn buoy once you come from the feed station. They've settled themselves out right now. Thornbrew with that lead has opened up to about a body length lead at this stage.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look back down the course towards the women's boat as they make their way down the front shore here, and we'll get an update from Bryce.
Followed by DeGeorge. So Chase Travis leading this way, just passing this, or passing the beginning of this finish structure here, coming in, and then DeGeorge in second. Followed by Chloe Freeman from Sandpipers in third place. So Chase Travis is looking ahead. She's aware of DeGeorge behind her. She's looked back a few times. Is very aware of her lead right now and is approaching that feed station and making sure she's in line for what would probably be her last feed for this race.
And here they come, folks. Chase Travis taking care of business thus. Come on down and make some noise for these ladies. Help them out. And right in front of my station here is Chase Travis, smooth and relaxed. Siding the buoy there. Steady 2-beat kick behind her. Good tempo out front. DeGeorge still within striking distance, but trying to maintain contact. Let's watch this feed if it occurs for your leader. And Chase Travis will bypass the feed, it looks like. And DeGeorge will slide in and pick up a feed right here on the front of the dock. And these two ladies have opened up a big lead off the field here. Now running third, swimmer number 32, that is Chloe Freeman of Sandpipers. And running fourth there is Liberty Williams of Riverside, swimmer number 114. Maybe behind her there is, wasn't sure, maybe it was Haley Pike. It is Haley Pike running in fifth there.
So we head down this back stretch here on the fourth lap. We're seeing again a little bit of Thornbrew on the inside has kind of fallen off the line. He's coming too far on the inside. But Puskovich has the cleaner line. So if you're watching on the webcast, if you look at that top group, oh, it's Heasley actually, excuse me, Heasley 161 with a little bit of a cleaner look. And then as we go back into the group, we're looking at this top group right now. Puskovich, Nybor, Grimes, Gravely, Bruin. Yeah, we're gonna go head on. So yeah, we definitely have one swimmer right now who's really off course. Oh, whoa. Yeah, he doesn't even realize he's way off course. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, over there. Yeah, so we had a little bit of some disoriented swimming out here, but everybody's got it all back together. We had one of the chase swimmers that was coming down the front stretch and kind of moved across the course, but we're all clear there. Back here with our lead group, Thornbrew, right now, he's going to kind of start to move over. He should definitely start to angle himself closer to the top group here. Heasley, Puskovich, Nybor, Grimes, Brune, Tepper. I think it's a little bit difficult for us to see. Oh, Gravely is back in there as well, and Gould. So, you know, we've got a total of 12 right here. We got two a little off the back, but total of 12 right now that are kind of within our grip in this lead boat. Front to back, we're looking at about 30, 40 meters difference between the lead swimmer and the final in this group. Things have kind of settled down. These guys are going to kind of set themselves up, I think, for a real strong last lap. But we could expect the potential of a break at any point with about 2 kilometers left to go in this race.
And there go the guys on the backstretch here as they make their way in front of the PA station in the shade structure here. Mike Lewis providing color commentary. Bryce Elser out there on the women's course providing commentary as well. Appreciate their efforts. Also, once again, a big thank you to all of our officials out there, both on the shore and out on the boats, for their efforts this weekend. Same thing for our volunteers and staff here with the City of Tempe and so on, the local organizing committee and directors. We certainly appreciate your help. Day 3 of 3 here in Tempe at the Town Lake, and getting it done on the junior 7.5K open water event. Men are right there in front of us, and the ladies are moving down the front stretch and taking a turn.
Okay, Thornbrew maintains his lead out here as we head closer to the turn. The group has got back together now. The inside line, outside line, those things have closed up. Tempo really matter. Puskovich, pretty much in the, it's hard to say who's in the second position because we've got a group of 4 right behind Thornbrew, but closest, if you're watching on the webcast, is going to be in the yellow cap. Noah Brune, Puskovich, Heasley, and Nybor. Right behind them in the yellow sandpiper cap is going to be Grimes, Tepper, and stepping back again into the next is Gravely and Gould. So Sandpiper with 3 swimmers in this lead group. Again, just watching Thornbrew this whole last lap looking super relaxed, looking like he's got a lot more to give potentially. But they're all staying with it. But our group of 12 is kind of cleaned up more into about a group of 9 right now. Again, still lots of dynamic pack action, and that's super advantageous. You know, if you can ride inside there, not only are you having the advantage of riding behind somebody, letting them not only do the sort of doing visuals and so you can keep your head down, but you also have the sort of the dynamic and the energy of that pack. And if you just ride with it, it certainly can carry you. So Puskovich now kind of moving up on the inside. He'll have a little bit of a turn advantage if he can kind of get right in there.
From the women's race right now, Chase Travis still holds the lead, but DeGeorge has cut into that lead now and is approaching Chase's feet right now, so trying to close that gap a little bit. Chloe Freeman still in third place, but as of now, it's a two-person race with Chase Travis leading the way.
Thank you, Bryce.
So Puskovich takes that lead. They said he had a buoy advantage. He started to put in a bit more kick now. Thornbrew just staying relaxed, keeping it cool, keeping that nice relaxed stroke rate, little or no legs. Right on his feet, it's Grimes and Brune. Both of them, all three of these, or all four of these top are going to have a nice clean line going through. Gravely also is going to have a clean line going through the turn here. It's going to be a little bit of a push out for those for the swimmers up top, Tepper, Heasley, and Nybor. It's super glassed off out here too, so real glassy conditions. Sun's high enough so there's no glare. But from this point, just a little bit of reference, they cannot see. You have no visual on the far turn. So that's where kind of a little bit of course knowledge, coming out, scouting the course, looking at things, understanding you want to hug tight into the feed station, whether you're taking the feed or not, and then kind of ride that wall for a little bit. It's going to give you the cleanest line. But right now, as we watch it, Puskovich has sort of opened up a little bit more. Brune now in the middle, kind of putting a lot more into it. Thornbrew here closest to the boat in the black cap. Still relaxed, kind of up in his tempo though. You can see things kind of breaking away. But he seems like he's definitely staying composed. And as I said, based upon what we've seen thus far in the race, I would suspect that he has a lot more to give as we go forward, but you do not want to let Puskovich get too far out there because he's opened up now a good 10, almost 15-meter lead. Most of the sticks are just laying idle on the feed station, indicating that people are going to slide through here.
Folks, come on down as the guys are on their final lap here at the 7.5K Junior Open Water Championship event. Great to have you here at Tempe Town Lake. These guys have put a lot of energy into this race, so 80% of it's in the books. Let's come down in here and make some noise for them on the last circuit here. Help them out.
So top two in this race are going to qualify for the Open Water Junior Championships in Fiji this year. Oh, I had that wrong. Junior Pan Packs in Fiji. World Juniors are in Israel. So both two nice venues. So out in the lead right now, Puskovich, as you can see, has opened up about 20 meters. He's really started to push on it. These guys have to jump in with him now if they're gonna stay with this. But as we expected, most are going to skip through this feed. You want to give the option because you never know. Oh, okay. We had a little bit, Tepper had a little bit of a contact there with the feed station, but he's back on course, looks okay. Puskovich, though, is now really opened it up. It's kind of moving away from the group, stroke by stroke. There's going to have to be some big movement here really soon to kind of close it, because he just seems to inch out with every stroke. So we're potentially seeing this thing just kind of slow down and turn into a race for that second qualifying spot. Still going to be a great race. Yeah, Popovich now with about 25, 30 meters. But again, given what we've seen with some of the navigation, you can definitely make some closure at certain points if you just have better lines. But the rest of the group is going to have to put everything they've got into this and also have really clean lines. Should Puskovich keep where he's going with this in terms of if he can keep this tempo, keep where he's at. He seems to be just pulling away with every stroke. Puskovich opening up a greater lead with every stroke right now. Looking smooth and still generally really relaxed with his legs. Hasn't had to gone too heavy there. Stroke rate's definitely a lot faster back here where we're at with this chase group.
Okay, we're going to go back out to the women's course for an update.
Chase Travis just made the buoy turn number 4 right now, approaching the end of her 4th lap right now, still leading the George by about 12 seconds at that buoy turn. Still looking nice and smooth, controlled, moving through this course. Will not beat on this lap because there's only about 15 minutes left of this race, so she'll skip her feed, keep moving through. DeGeorge looking good as well, 12 seconds behind. And then Chloe Freeman making her turn for third place.
Okay, folks, come on down here to the wall if you want, as the ladies now will make their way across the front stretch. Final lap for the ladies now coming into play. Come on down and help them out.
and Heasley. And up top here, also still Nybor. So we're going to get a check out, see where we're at with the time differential on this next buoy. So we got about 16 seconds differential, about 25 meters between Puskovich and Bruin. Bruin's in that second position, and yeah, Bruin's really started to up it now. He's has a lot of energy, seems to be holding it together and really driving down the backstretch. We'll see how the rest of the pack behaves with him. It's going to be tough to close this gap, but that's the excitement of open water. It could happen, but right now out in front is Puskovich. Lead men kind of swimming into the women's race now.
So the ladies moving past our position here. Look out at the feeding station. You'll see Chase Travis leading the way, followed by DeGeorge and Freeman.
So Puskovich has the lead. He's well out in front. Has opened it up to about 30 meters now in the second position right now. Heasley has taken over Bruin. And the fourth position is Grimes. And in the fifth position is Nybor. That's Heasley in the black cap. Noah Bruin in the yellow cap. Way up top is Puskovich. Puskovich way up top in the front. So there might be a little bit closing of this gap, but even if they close it, unless there's a big fall off from Puskovich, it would be difficult to maintain because they're expending a lot more energy right now back in the 2, 3, 4, 5 position. In the second position is Heasley. He's opened up about a half body length over Bruin. We're working now for the 1-2 position. These top two will be heading to the Junior World Championships in Israel. So Puskovich now, he just rolls over. He wants to say, hey, where is everybody? What should I do at this stage? That could be one of two things. Either he wants to kind of see, maintain, hold his comfort, or maybe just sort of says, you know, maybe I want to back off. Those are two different decisions that you might be making at this stage. But he doesn't seem to be backing off at an extreme amount, but it is kind of held right now. Maybe it's closed to a little bit under 25 meters.
on the final lap. Chase Travis still holds that lead, good 10-second lead over to George right now. So Chase Travis still in control to George, trying to get to Chase. The top two here from this race will make it to World Juniors in Israel this summer. So both these two women up front are still fighting for that spot. And there's a big gap between number 2 and number 3 in this race as they approach buoy turn number 1 down here.
Thank you, Bryce.
On the men's side, as Puskovich out there, if you look up at the top of the course, if you're looking from the shore, we're just sort of overtaking some of the women in the who are still on their course, but he's far off there in the black and white cap. He's sort of gone back to open up that lead now. In the second position in the black cap is Easley, and in the third position is Noah Bruin. So our pack definitely, as we've gone through this last lap, that was once a pretty solid group of 10. Puskovich just sort of rolls over, says, hey, are these guys closing on me? You know, kind of just, again, getting that appraisal for where he's at and what he might need to do. But he's probably feeling pretty comfortable, pretty confident. Still looks smooth. Doesn't look like he's in a lot of hurt right now. 7.5 kilometers of racing, however, for anybody, regardless of your age, is difficult. So he's put in a really good race to this point. Still looking strong. And as we said, that feeling, you come around that last buoy, you can see the finish. That really gives you a nice little infusion of energy to carry you home into the finish, particularly if you're out there all alone, because you know it's your race, and it's a really clean feeling to have. But right now, is Puskovich in the lead position with about 25 meters. In that second position is Heasley, and about 15, 20 meters behind him is Bruin. So that's our 1, 2, 3 right now. In the fourth position is Nybor. Nybor about 10 meters off of Bruin. So, and then take that all the way back to 5, that's Grimes. So just for fun, we'll get a little bit of a time check here on this next buoy and see what kind of lead we have here. So Puskovich makes the turn, coming down this final short leg, rolls over on his back, wants to see where number 2 is, Heasley. Heasley's about 12 seconds behind, so he's closed it from the 16 we saw earlier. But again, it is too much of a gap to close. There's not.
Travis still holds the lead, but Leah DeGeorge is now kind of hatching into this lead that Chase Travis has held for the last couple laps. So it's about a 5-second lead now.
So according to Bryce on the women's boat, Leah DeGeorge had closed the gap by a fair margin against your leader, Chase Travis, down to about 5 seconds, I think he said. So it's not over yet. Remember, the top 2 qualify for World Juniors in Israel, both divisions.
So, you know, Heasley's really put on a strong push. I just think he made his move a little too late. He's closing in, but there's just simply not enough course to make this happen.
Folks, come on down for the finish of the men's 7.5K junior swim here. Come help them out. Congratulate them as they hit the finish structure.
Puskovich flipped over there a little bit. Wanted to get a little bit more orientation. Saw that it was getting a little bit closer than what he'd seen on the last time. So definitely he's up to stroke rate, put in more kick. They get inside these final 20 meters and it's just a throw down to the finish. But Heasley has really put on a nice last 300 meters here. Unofficially, we're going to see Puskovich coming into this first position. He's going to touch first.
And here comes Ivan to pick up the win in the 7.5K junior division. Let him hear you. According to Mike, Puskovich first, Heasley second.
In the third position, Bruin. Nyborg coming into the fourth position.
And we're going to try and get Mike Lewis's boat. Once they can turn around, we're going to try and get them back onto the women's action there so they can pick up the call for the finish of the women's race.
Grimes and Tepper.
And as Bryce told us, the women's race has tightened up significantly. Look across the lake about midway from the PA station, and you can see our leaders out there working hard. We'll try and get the men's boat to circle back to the women's action here shortly and pick up the call the rest of the way for them.
It's up to them. You guys want to go get? Yeah. It's up to the officials. They're doing it right now. They'd like to pick up the lead.
So Chase Travis and Leah George, your top two on the women's side. It's been Chase Travis leading the way for much of the race. Leah George has hung tough, and George has been able to close the gap a bit here. Does she have enough left in the tank to try and run down the leader, Chase Travis? We'll see.
Okay, Sam, we're up here now with the two women's leaders. Chase from NCAP here, if you're watching on the webcast, she's the one in the white cap. They're rounding this final buoy. DeGeorge from Bowles in the orange cap. No, both of them looking strong. Definitely high stroke rate there. Chase turns over. She wants to see, hey, where am I at? Want to make sure that I don't overexert. Understanding that you've got about 150 meters to go once you round this final buoy. It's a real strong lead. I wouldn't necessarily say completely insurmountable, but pretty close to it. It looks like they've definitely been holding the same distance, and they're kind of pacing out at about the same tempo right now. So not likely to see this gap close, but one thing to note is both looking really strong at this stage as they are coming in as the 1-2 for the women's junior world team.
So Chase Travis has turned for the finish structure now, racing for the win. The Georgia Bowl School Sharks running second, as Mike told you. And let's get down there and make some noise for these ladies as they start wrapping up their effort here in the 7.5K Junior Open Water Championships. Great job. Once again, a big thank you to all of our officials, volunteers, meet staff. Also, you folks from the city of Tempe down there in the police boat. We see you down there taking care of us. We appreciate you.
Okay, Chase Travis coming in clean to the finish chute. George right behind her, about 15 meters behind. These are our top two women, looking really strong, clean, coming through in this 7.5 kilometer race. Really impressive as they push this right through the finish chute.
So Chase Travis of Nation's Capital racing in for the win. Approaching the finish line, it is Chase Travis with a strong effort, dominant win here in the 7.5K Junior Division. Behind her, Leah DeGeorge of the Bull School Sharks. And she's in for second. And as you look at the gap here, our top two well ahead of the rest of the ladies in their division. A dominant performance. We'll try and track down our junior men's champion and junior women's champion soon for an interview. Like to see Ivan Puskovich. Ivan Puskovich, swimmer number 184. If you can come by the PA tent here in about 5 minutes or so. Would love to catch up with you. Ivan, come on over. Take a moment and stop by and visit those ladies and guys as they climb out of the water and finish their race. Still a number of athletes on the course. So take a moment once again to tell all of our safety crew out there on the paddle boards, kayaks, jet skis, and so on. You know, they are the unsung heroes of this event, cranking along all these races between helping athletes, grabbing water bottles, running radios out to the boats when the radios die. We really appreciate you folks helping us out. It means a whole lot to us. Couldn't do it without you. Great job.
Come on over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. Yes, I say come on over, baby, baby, you can't go wrong. We ain't faking, whole lot of shaking going on. Well, I say come on over, baby, we got chicken in the corner. Woo, huh? Come on over, baby, well, I got the food.
We'd also like to get Chase Travis. Chase Travis, if you could please report to the PA station, please. Chase Travis, nation's capital. Come on over. We're going to interview our guys champion coming up momentarily. If you want to see that interview, come on over. We'll start that in a couple of minutes. Once again, Chase Travis, come on over. And we're about ready to interview our guys champion. As soon as we can get our camera down here, we'll get that done. Guys and ladies still wrapping up their swims on the course. If you're down there by the finish, give them a big round of applause as they exit the water. Folks, want to remind you to hang around for our award ceremony coming up shortly. Come on, TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here with our junior 7.5K champion, Ivan Puskovich of Episcopal Academy out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Well, Ivan, was your plan today to maybe come in and earn a spot on the world junior team that's competing in Israel? Was that on the radar for you?
Absolutely. I qualified to represent the U.S. at World Juniors 2 years ago in Amsterdam, Netherlands. So my main mission coming into this meet was really to re-qualify. I really wanted to make sure that I could go represent Team USA again, and I'm just really proud that I have that opportunity.
That's tremendous. Congratulations on that achievement. In terms of the, by all means, give it up for him. In terms of your race strategy, if that was your goal, you obviously were in the hunt from the early stages. Take us maybe lap by lap how that went for you and how it played out.
Well, I knew that for me to swim the best open water race I could, I had to stay with the front pack from the very beginning so I didn't get left behind by anybody taking it out incredibly fast. So I just like to sit down and draft off the 2 or 3 leaders in the front of the pack for the first 3 laps. And I was hoping that at the beginning of the 4th lap, someone else would try to take off at a much faster pace so I could continue to draft. But no one really put that 5th gear into motion. So I decided to take that upon myself, lead a little bit for the 4th lap. And then when the same instance arose coming into the 5th lap, I just decided to run with it and hope I could just hold on to the lead till the end of the race.
Very good. In terms of what the conditions were like, there was some worry that it was going to be pretty hot today. It actually is while hot, it isn't completely as tough as maybe we thought. Getting the race started a bit early, I think, helped. How did it affect you, the conditions in the heat?
Well, I would consider myself to be pretty experienced in open water and used to many different conditions, so I was really expecting a lot of heat today. In fact, one debate I was having with myself was whether I should wear the leg skin or the full body suit for this race, but having the race moved a little bit earlier and getting here a little early to feel the weather, I decided to go with the full suit. And in combination with the really refreshing water, it kind of canceled out, and I felt like I was really set up for success with the elements.
It's a great strategy and a good learning note there for you younger swimmers. Really planning that out and dealing with the elements, that's a critical part. Last question for you. Obviously, you're going to have a chance to represent Team USA in Israel. What do you think the training plan is going to be like for you between now and then?
I think it's going to be a lot of meters. It's long course time is pretty hard to come by in Philadelphia, but come the end of my school year at the beginning of June, we should be getting that 50-meter pool time. So it's probably just going to be a lot of long swimming, a lot of long freestyle, just so that we make sure that we can go into Israel for World Juniors the best prepared we can be to represent Team USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 7.5K junior champion, Ivan Puskovich of Episcopal Academy out of Philadelphia, PA. Go get a cheesesteak. Great job. Okay, next up on the ladies' side, this is Chase Travis of Nation's Capital, 15 years of age. Well, Chase, you pretty much had that race in control through much of it. How did it play out from your perspective?
I had a different plan going in, but a lot of things happen in a race, and you just adjust.
What was the plan you had going in, and then how did it change for you?
My plan was like the first 3 laps not to be in the lead and then take the lead the last 2 laps, but that didn't really turn out.
Was the pace just a little too sluggish for you in terms of how you felt, or did you just feel better than expected?
I just felt better than expected.
Did you swim earlier this week, or was this the only race for you?
I swam the 10K on Friday.
How'd that affect you in terms of today, and also what'd you learn from the 10K that you applied here today?
I learned not to go out too fast, and yeah.
That's always a good strategy, but only if you can finish strong, right?
Yeah.
Well, Chase Travis of Nation's Capital, we're really happy for you, earning a spot on the World Junior team, going to Israel as well. Congratulations for that. Chase Travis, your junior champion in the women's division. Yeah. Folks, come on over. We'll be doing the award ceremony for you shortly. Thank you. Okay, top 8 men. Puskovich, Heasley, Brune, Nybor, Grimes, Tepper, Thornbrew, and Gould to the awards area. For the women's side, we'll need Travis, DeGeorge, Williams, Pike, Freeman, Arzave, Pruitt, and Rukasuev. Polina, if you could come see me, I'm over here at the ramp. Polina, Rukasuev, Fast Lane, come see me. Also, Jalissa Arzave of South Bay, come see me. Once again, final call for our top 8 women and men. Head on down here close to the boat ramp, and we will get you introduced here in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing our top 8 on the men's side for the 7.5K Junior Championship. Top 2 going to Israel to represent Team USA at the World Junior Championships. Placing 8th in 132.29.963, representing Sandpipers of Nevada, Caleb Gould. Come on up, Caleb. There he is, your 8th place finisher, Caleb Gould. 7th at 132.26.135, representing Hillsborough Swim Team, Luke Thornbrew. Where's Luke there? Luke, are you here? There he is. Racing to the finish. Placing 6th at 132.16.775, representing Egg Harbor Township Seahawks, Joseph Tepper. And there's Joseph. Placing 5th, 132.11.064, Sawyer Grimes, Sandpipers. These guys are moving like they swam 7.5K today in the heat. All right, placing 4th, 132.02.334, representing Tiger Aquatics, Mason Nybor. Placing 3rd at 131.56.143, representing Mission Viejo Natadors, Noah Bruin. Your runner-up and earning a spot on the World Junior Team for Team USA in 131.43.283, representing Hillsborough Swim Team, Ethan Hensley. Congratulations, Ethan. Your number 2 finisher, picking up a spot for Team USA. And your junior champion here in the 7.5K, time of 131.33.482, representing Episcopal Academy Aquatic Club, Ivan Paskovich. He's got a little skip in his step there. Nice job. I would be too if I just picked up the win in the 7.5K. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody here, put your hands together for your top 8 and your champion, Ivan Paskovich. Great job, guys. Squeeze on in there for a photo. Super proud of you. And for you two going to Israel, go get them. Okay, the ladies are coming up in just a moment. As we stage for that ceremony, one last final thank you to all of our meet officials. Turn around right now. If you're a spectator or a parent or a coach, take a 360, probably within striking distance of you as an official. Please tell them thank you for their efforts. Great job, officials. Really, really appreciate you. The unsung heroes as well. Also, a big last thank you to the meet staff and meet organizers here. Great job. Okay, here we go with the results in the women's top 8 for the 7.5K Junior Championship. Placing 8th at 140.27.450, representing Fastlane Aquatics, Paulina Ruskasua. Put your hands together, folks. Help me out. Can't be just me. 7th at 140.20.950, representing Irish Aquatics, Mary Pruitt. Placing 6th at 139.42.513, representing South Bay Aquatics, Julissa Arzave. Here comes Julissa. Placing 5th at 139.00.720, representing Sandpipers, Chloe Freeman. Fourth place finisher at 138.20.454, representing Razorback Aquatic Club, Haley Pike. Placing third at 138.17.517, representing Riverside Aquatics Association, Liberty Williams. Your runner-up, earning a spot on the World Junior Team for Team USA at 136.12.259, representing the Bowl School Sharks, Leah DeGeorge. That was a nice battle between Leah and our champion today. Dominant performances by those ladies. And your junior champion here in the 7.5K distance in a time of 136.02.779, representing Nation's Capital Swim Club, Chase Travis. And by virtue of the victory, Chase will join Leah on the World Junior Team headed to Israel later this year. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. Your top 8 in the 7.5K junior division, led by your champion, Chase Travis, Nation's Capital. Let them hear you. Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of USA Swimming and the folks here in the city of Tempe, we want to thank you for your efforts and your time. We hope you had a great 3 days here in Tempe. It was a little warm, but it was super fast and super fun. We will see you down the road soon, and good luck everybody with their training as they work towards the long course season. Have fun.